Today on the Pageant Cast, we have Nana Meriwether. She's Miss USA 2012. And it's our 500th episode. You'll see shout-outs from some folks from around pageantry, and we'll do a retrospective on episode 500 of the Pageant Cast.
Welcome to the Pageant Cast, your home for beauty pageant news and interviews on the internet.
Well, it's our 500th episode, and I'm about the most surprised of anybody that we've lasted this long. I certainly didn't expect to be doing this show in video. Back in December of 2005, I had been on the radio with a German radio show that I was interviewing beauty pageant contestants from time to time. By the December of 2005, that's when the show began, was because, first of all, I had some new equipment for Christmas, but also I had learned what podcasting was and realized this was a better place for my beauty pageant contestant interviews than a German radio show. I was quite correct about that, by the way. The German radio show is no more, and I have 3 podcasts going right now. Didn't know when I started if I should go weekly, because I said, you know, there's not that many beauty pageant contestants out there. I'm going to probably run out of people. I'm 500 episodes in, and I got a waiting list, so I think that was probably, stupid to think. It's stupid. In fact, we've had a couple of years where I've had 2 podcasts go out a week for more than half of the year. That's why I'm at episode 500 so quickly. Now, that first year I repurposed some of those shows that I had done on the German radio program. As time has gone on, we've been doing live stuff. In fact, really, the first 4 episodes, we had 2 Miss Galaxies and 2 Miss USAs on the show right out of the chute. By 2007, we were expanding quickly. We extended the size of the show. They were running about a half hour by that time, and we were broadcasting on MySpace. Remember MySpace? That existed at one time, along with our podcast feed itself. I was still writing the podcast feed myself instead of using blogging software, which I use now. I judged the Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky Beauties of America pageant, and we had our first trips to Myrtle Beach and out to Chicago for the Mrs., Miss, and Ms. international pageants. Now, Myrtle Beach, of course, we covered the Beauties of America, my favorite pageant for those years while they were out at Myrtle Beach with the wonderful director Jennifer Reed. In 2008, I judged, for the first time, the United America pageant, marking the beginning of a long relationship with them. Took a year off and then started going to Austin, Texas for quite a few years in a row, covering their pageant as well with the wonderful director Annette Rushing. Now, we've had a lot of fun over the years doing these live interviews out there, and that's when I started experimenting with video. Meanwhile, I was doing audio shows, recording those on the telephone and putting those out. And really, back in 2008, the idea of videotaping a phone call was still pretty crazy. People didn't have webcams on their computer, at least not everybody, and Skype, you know, it worked. It didn't work all the time. It wasn't all that wonderful. And I'll tell you, the past few weeks, I've had a fair share of problems with Skype once again. It reminds you how much on the bleeding edge of technology we are today. For many years, I was actually recording the telephone calls using old radio station type equipment. The last few years, probably 2008, 2009, 2010, I was using Google Voice to make those calls, and we got crystal clear recordings. It was wonderful. By 2011, we were doing a lot of what I call Patch and Cast TV, where I was going to all these events. I thought, well, let's bring the video camera, let's videotape these, because everybody had always said, you have a beauty pageant podcast, and you talk to them and we can't see how beautiful the young ladies that you're speaking to are. So we did that, starting with my run out to Miss USA that year. We got to interview Rima Fakih and watched Alyssa Campanella get her crown. We got to meet a lot of you out there as well that year, and we really started to rev up on the video side as audio was slowly fading down. That was also the year that we went 3 straight weekends to Chicago to record the Mrs. International, Miss and Teen International, and then the Galaxy International pageants, all in the same venue. It was a crazy year, and we had a ton of content, which made us confident that in 2012 we said goodbye to the audio format and went 100% to video. This has been extremely challenging going to video. I still get people that are even local want to do a Skype interview through the webcams. Let me tell you, it's really difficult to get that to work. It takes a lot of time, and a lot of software needs to work, and Skype keeps updating their stuff. Not all the other software updates on time, so it's always a moving target. We love it when we can come here to the green screen studio and record stuff here live, and we've had a couple, and when you see the results, I think you're going to agree with me. The more people that can come to the studio and the more times I can get out there and record videos, that's going to be our preferred method here on the Pageant Cast. What have we got in the future? Well, we have 500 episodes. That's not bad. There's plenty of video shows out there that would love to be at 500 episodes. It's really difficult to do that. Now, they haven't all been video. We have about 300 some of those. We have had about 800 interviews that we have taped either on audio or put out as video that we have out there, and that is a great library to all of you, and you can search it all at pageantcast.com. Go to the search window and it'll pull up those interviews for you. It's really a lot of fun, and we're so glad that people are utilizing those features on our website. What do we have in the future? Well, I've committed to at least 2 more years at a Pageant Cast. I can tell you that. There's a lot of exciting things coming up in the future. I'm not going to commit any further than that. That's about as far as I've committed. That's longer into the future than I expected to ever commit, but I have some dear friends that are out there competing, and I want to see them through to the end, and a couple other things that I can't talk about yet that we're working on as well. Anyway, we're glad that you have been with us all along. We continue to get hits. Even on our very earliest episodes, people are still downloading those. Sometimes I kind of wish they didn't, but they do. And we're so glad that you could join us. And I do encourage you to go back and watch any and all of the episodes. Maybe lay off some of those early ones, and certainly don't comment on those. I'd rather not we talk about it. Okay, we're going to get things going. One of the things we have to do is our interview with Nana Meriwether, and that's on this episode of the Pageant Cast. Now, we're going to do a few things, and we're going to get to that interview. I will tell you, we had technical problems. I can't even believe that night. I don't know if that was... at first I thought, it's New York. They got very busy bandwidth. I've been doing some stuff trying to fix all this. We have had about 2 or 3 interviews on this Skype. I think there's some sort of Skype update that has been screwing up our other product that we're using, VodBurner. We had to do a bunch of stuff to try to get this interview put together. I do apologize for kind of some of the low bandwidth view that you have through parts of it, but I know you're going to love the interview anyway with Nana Meriwether, our current and reigning Miss USA.
Hi, I'm Stephanie McGrain, International Super Ms., and I want to say congratulations to Tim and the pageant cast for the 500th episode. Tim, thanks for keeping everybody up to date on the latest pageant news and title holders. And Tim, I'm looking forward to seeing you in June at America's Super Pageant. And we're going to go out and have that lasagna dinner. So Tim and the pageant cast, thank you for everything you've done for the pageant world. And America's Super Pageant loves you.
Wow, 500 episodes. That's a pretty good success there for you, Tim. Congratulations. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'm going to continue to watch Pageant Cast. Kimberly Crocker in Atlanta, Georgia, your National Mrs. 2012.
Happy 500th episode, Tim, for the Mrs. Virginia pageant.
Joy Feaster, Mrs. Virginia America 2004.
Darla Lacey, Mrs. Virginia 2007.
Brandy Pope, Mrs. Virginia 2012.
Erin Brown, Mrs. Virginia 2013.
We just got word that the pageant cast will be at the America's Super Pageants this June in Montana. You can check out their website at americasuperpageant.com. They have divisions for preteen, teen, Miss, Ms., Mrs., Classic, and Queen, and International. To tell us more about this pageant, we've enlisted the help of Stephanie McGrain. She is International Super Ms. 2012-2013.
Thanks, Tim. And we are so excited to have you join us this year. Our ladies compete in 5 different areas of competition, including photogenic, interview, little black dress platform introduction, swimsuit or athletic attire, depending on the division, and evening gown. The pageant will be held June 21st through the 23rd. Not only will you have a chance to be interviewed by the pageant cast, but there are so many activities going on that weekend that I just can't even begin to name them all. And that's why we have the website, so be sure to check it out. Applications are due by May 15th, so get cracking. I'm looking forward to seeing you there, along with Tim and the pageant cast.
Well, thanks, Stephanie. So I don't think I'm going to need an application, but you will, and I hope to see all of you out there at America's Super Pageants. It's americasuperpageant.com for more information, more than we can put in this quick announcement. We are so excited. It's going to be my first time out in Montana. Gee, I hope they have lasagna. I love my lasagna. Anyway, we're going out to America's Super Pageant. I'm going to see all of you. We're going to do lots of coverage of the event this year. If you want to be a part of a pageant that the pageant cast is at, this is the pageant this year. See you in June in Montana.
It's time for another great interview on the TKPN Podcasting Network.
Hi, this is the Pageant Cast, and I'm so excited because I have Nana Meriwether. She's our reigning Miss USA 2012. Hello, Nana. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Now, where are we reaching you here today?
You're inside the Miss Universe offices in New York City.
Fantastic. And we're so glad that we got to get this interview for our viewers on the Pageant Cast. Tell me something. After I found this on Wikipedia, and I didn't know if you knew about this, but after winning the crown, you are the oldest contestant ever to be crowned Miss USA at 27. Did you know about that?
Yeah, I am the oldest, and I'll be 28 when I give up the crown, and I believe I'm also the tallest.
You sure look like the tallest. For all of us that are watching, we're like, wow. Now,
I'm tall. I love it. It's fun.
That's great. Now, I believe you're also a very successful All-American volleyball player. Did height help you with that as well?
Yeah, actually, I was one of the shortest. I was a middle blocker in college at UCLA, and I was one of the shortest in the Pac-10. So I really had to work hard, and luckily I jumped higher, so it made up for my height. I'm about 6 feet 6'1", and middle are usually 6'2", 6'3". But yeah, I played volleyball for UCLA. I was a two-time All-American. Then I played professionally in Puerto Rico and trained for the Olympics for a little bit.
Wow, fantastic. First of all, how did you get started in pageants? Were you involved in other pageants before going into the Miss USA program, or
No, I wasn't. As I said, I played sports, and then I sort of retired. I stopped playing and returned back to school. I did postgraduate work in medical sciences at USC, and I got bored. I needed something to compete in extracurricularly. But I decided to run for Miss Malibu USA for a suggestion from my friend, and that led me to Miss California USA. And so I competed in that pageant for, I think I tried 4 times at state until I finally moved back home. And I won Miss Maryland USA after I completed school.
What do you think is the secret of your pageant success? I mean, you went all the way. What was the secret?
I think perseverance. Unfortunately, these days, there's a lot of negativity online, from blogs straight to your social media. People can say a lot of negative things about you that could really hurt and make you stop trying. But I think it was a dream of mine, so I continued on, and good because I won. So for all people who've ever tried and are still trying, keep going because you never know where it will lead you.
So I have to ask you, a lot of the people that watch are vying to wear that crown next. What's that crown like? It looks spectacular on television, but I haven't seen it up close.
The crown is by Diamond Nexus, and we got a crown and a tiara that we get to keep after our reign. It's great. We seldom wear the crown to events. We wear it more for special occasions, and it's a thrill to have, and I only have it for a short time, but it's such a blessing. It's a great accessory, I guess.
Well, we're very proud here in Wisconsin. I'm just a couple of miles from the Diamond Nexus Labs. That's at Mayfair Mall in Wisconsin here. So we're very proud of that thing. So congratulations.
Thank you. Tell them hello.
I will the next time I see them. I think it means more coming from you, though, as Miss USA.
Okay. Well, hello, Diamond Nexus.
So, tell me, pageantry, whenever I talk to pageant ladies, they're always telling me about the things that they've learned and learned about themselves through the process of pageantry. What have you learned about yourself?
I've learned a lot. I think sports and competing in pageants are very similar in that they teach you certain values that you can apply to your life later on after the crown or after sports. I've learned time management, discipline. I've learned how to work with other people. I've learned how to set a goal and fulfill it. These are all lessons I can continue to use in my professional life, in my family life after this. And it just takes something within yourself to compete for something that's bigger. It makes you build character, makes you build confidence and courage, and I love the process, even though a lot of doors were closed it's such a great process, and I highly recommend competing or playing sports.
Fantastic. Tell me about what types of appearances you've had this year.
Yeah, so it's been a whirlwind. I went in December, and since then I immediately started. I went to the inauguration, Sundance, the Super Bowl, taken a couple trips to LA. I went to Austin, Texas for South by Southwest, and the events just keep coming. I'm a part of such a great organization, the Miss Universe organization, where they keep title holders relevant and in the media and important events, especially with the charities we support. As Miss USA, I champion the cause of breast and ovarian cancer awareness. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of events like that in the city and around the country.
What's your favorite type of event to do? Somewhere where you get to speak, or parades, or what is it you like to do with appearances?
I do love speaking, and I love using my voice to make a change. I co-founded a nonprofit called the Meriwether Foundation, and wherever I can speak to even a few people about it, and also the charities that we are affiliated with breast cancer and ovarian cancer, it's a joy for me to speak and meet people and talk about it.
In pageantry, there's many phases of competition. There's evening gown, there's swimsuit, there's interview. What is your favorite phase of competition?
I love the interview section. I think there are a lot of stereotypes about pageant women, that we're not smart, we can't talk, we just are a part of the superficial. So I love the interview section because it really shows how in-depth contestants can be.
Not any last things that you'd like to say to the viewers of the pageant cast?
Yeah, I think that social media is great, and you can connect with all title holders, Miss Teen USA, Miss Universe, and I. All our screw names are at Miss USA, at Miss Universe, and at Miss Teen USA. So, and we also have personal ones, and we're on Instagram now. So follow us, ask us questions. We're really good about answering back, and I'd love to talk with anyone.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time tonight and putting up with some of the technical difficulties we've had here this evening.
That's okay.
Have a great evening. What I would like to see, Nana, if you could give us your best pageant wave as we go off into the sunset. Let's see what your best pageant wave looks like.
I like to modernize it, the traditional is this. I like to, mix it up. That's my pageant wave.
Well, that's fantastic. Thanks so much for your time tonight, and Tierra Dreams, Nana.
Thank you. See you later.
Pageant Cast.